Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Man Shed. Right, I recently damaged my garden sprayer that I've had for ages that I got from Wilko's. Was pumping it up, I'd put all the weed killer in it, and as you'll know, it's not very cheap, it's pretty expensive now. Check out the link up here for a review on this fantastic weed killer. Like I say, it's not cheap, but it lasts forever. You only need a tiny bit diluted. It's really good. Full review up there. And I put that in and I was pumping it up and it all started coming out of the bottom here. So there's some sort of little hole or whatever in there. So I'm just going to do the unboxing of the new one now. And then I want to ask your advice on that, on the best way to repair it. So we'll get to that in a minute. But I thought instead of buying another one of them pump-up type, and they had them in Lidl's, I think they were about 11 quid. You can get them for about the same price online on Amazon. I was browsing through Amazon and I saw this one. It is this. So I've not even done the full unboxing now. I've opened it up, as you can see, and had a quick look inside. But there's loads and loads of bits. So I'm going to do the unboxing now. Then I'll show you the one it is on Amazon. And like I said, I've not even looked at the assembly diagram now or the book properly. So I don't even know how to screw them all together. So I'm just going to show you this. Then I'm going to have a good read, put it all together, try it out and give you a full demo of it. And see if it's any good. At first glance, I have my doubts. I don't know. So, in the box, there's this, the main unit. Like I say, I'll be going, once I've put it all together and understood it, I'll go through a full description. But I know people like actual unboxings and opening the bags and things. So, that's the actual unit itself. It's got a little USB-C. Yeah, USB-C charge socket on it. So I presume it's like some sort of pump. I can't feel any air coming out, but it's not an air pump. It's a fluid pump, obviously. So there's that. There's this, which is obviously some sort of wand. Again, like I say, once I fully understand it, I'll go through all these bits with you. But as you can see, there are quite a lot. So there's this bag. See what's in this bag. I've not even opened it yet. So there is a USB-C to USB-A charging lead. Little tiny short one, but I have hundreds of them, as I dare say everybody has. There is a certificate in here, a checker. Do you believe they actually check all these? I don't know. And there's these fittings here. There's that with a brass end on it. And a screw there. Female screw thread in that plastic bit. Plastic feels a bit cheap. Like I said, the whole thing was 15 quid. So I'll show it you in a bit on Amazon, what I got. That's that. That looks like some sort of like fan thing, but again, I'll show you proper later. A little rubber washer. That, which is very, yeah, it's like a kid's toy, doesn't it? Pink and yellow. Good grief. Why couldn't they have made it all olive green or something? I feel like I'm sort of like treating a Wendy house or something. So that's them in there. There's a lid for the bottom with a foam stopper in. I don't know whether that thing is some sort of like safety valve or not. Again, I don't know. But there is a little outlet hole there. You got your instruction It says user manual. I've had a quick look at this. That is it. Safety instructions, cautionary tips and specification, and then the instructions are all there. That is your instructions, an exploded diagram, nothing on the back. So I'll have a look at that. We've got this, a flexible thing with, you can just about see there, like a filter in the end. So that'll obviously go in the bottle, the main bottle. Got a strap. Looks quite a decent strap. Let's get the elastic band off it. That'll obviously go around the bottle. It's adjustable. And finally, don't think there's anything else in the box. Box is all lined with foam, so it's well protected. And that's what it is. Banana, not banana. Banana. And that's the actual thing itself. And the bottle. It's a 5 litre bottle, so the same as the this. Surprising, isn't it? That's 5 litres up to there. It's looks a much bigger bottle than that, even though that's wider. But and I'm just looking down there. You can see it's quite a good idea. A see-through sort of stripe. Because it was quite hard. That's quite an opaque sort of plastic. If your weed killer is quite clear, it's not that easy to see. There's no totally see-through stripe up that, so that's quite a good idea. It's just on the one side. How durable this will be on the seam and that, I've yet to find out. That, the air pressure type one, you pump it up, that vessel that holds the liquid is under quite a lot of pressure. I'm assuming on this there'll be no real pressure in that, and it'll just sort of like pump it through this pump end. So we'll see what's what. I'll show you what I mean. I'll film me faulty Wilco one where it's burst, and like I say, if somebody can put in the comments the best way to repair that, I'll mention it again later. I've wondered whether to use like a hot soldering iron and melt the plastic, or epoxy, fiberglass, whatever. I've had trouble in the past repairing that sort of material, so we'll go into that a bit later. So I'm going to screw it all together now, look at the instruction book, see how it all goes together, and then I'll film it in action on the weeds. I managed to get, before it all sprayed out of that, I released the pressure, put it on its side, and managed to pour it into a 5-gallon container. So I didn't really waste much of my weed killer. So we'll pour it in that in a minute and give it a good go. So I'll have a good read of the instructions now, and I'll be back to you shortly. Right, it's now half an hour later. I've had a good go of it, just spraying water around outside. And yeah, I'm quite impressed. It was better than I thought it'd be. You'll see it in action in a minute. I'm going to set my camera up on a tripod outside. But I'll just go through how you assemble it. It's dead easy. So that leaflet just gives you an exploded diagram, and that's all you need, really. So on the bottle itself, so you've got this dip tube, and that's got a little sort of filter on the end of it. The rubber washer that comes with it goes there. So you shove that down on there. This is like a sort of silvery. It's not totally clear. Seems to have a silvery sort of sheen to it. Might look clear to you, but it's more of a silvery sort of colour. That goes on there, and this end attaches to the pump. I've got the strap set at its widest. You'll see me outside with it over my shoulder, so that's like about hip level, but you can have it right up so it's just on your shoulder or lower down, obviously. So that's that end, and like I say, you've got, I'll show you when I've got some liquid in it, you've got your little see-through stripe down the side, and it's annotated in fluid ounces and litres. 5 litres is 107 fluid ounces. You can probably see up there. Okay, so that's that. So just put that down there. So you put this tube over this end of the pump, the bit away from the switch, and you'll see there's like a little sort of flange there, little cone-shaped nipple to shove that on. So you shove that on there. It's quite a tight fit. Yeah, it's pretty see-through. You can see the black bit through it, can't you? The tube. And then once you've got that on, tighten that onto there. And then on this end of the pump goes this rod. Now, that's the end that screws on. They've all got like O-rings in them. There's like a rubber seal at the top there. And you can loosen this telescopic bit and pull it right out. So it's a pretty long wand, or you can have it shorter. And then you just twist it round to lock it. That doesn't feel very strong. Oops. Came right out then, as you saw, because I've got this end off. I didn't. You'd normally just loosen it and just pull it, but it feels all right. And it holds it in like a mid position. And that end just screws on the wand like that, on the pump. The bit that does all the work, the electric motor, pump, whatever. And then at this end, you've got your 3 different ends. Now, like I say, you don't really need them. So this one here, you'll see it when I'm using it outside, is, just bear with me, just place that there. It's like a fan. It's a very wide fan end on there. You can loosen that, move it around, but it doesn't open and shut the jaws like it does on, say, your pressure washer. They are sort of fixed. You could use it to swivel the direction round, but you wouldn't. You'd just use your actual tube. So as you'll see, that is quite a wide fan. Wider than I'd sort of like normally use for spraying weeds. This one, it's more like a sort of like a shower, as it looks like a shower head. It's not as wide, it's circular, but still pretty wide. And that goes on directly instead of that. So you can either screw that on there, like that. Like I said, there's an O-ring at the bottom of this here. So you screw that on till it's tight, or you screw that end on. Come on. Till it's tight. And I wasn't getting any fluid leaking out of here, so like I said, there is an O-ring seal in there, and then you would just move it round on this telescopic tubular shaft. But the one I think I'll be using is this one. That has got a loose, clear nylon washer in it. So make sure that that is in there. Like that. and that just screws. Oops. That screws to that bit, and then that screws on there. They'll only go one way, you can't really go wrong. So tighten that down against the O-ring. And this one has got like an adjustable nozzle. So as you'll see shortly, it's quite hard to sort of grip, but as you turn it round, you can get it right from a pencil. It's just got like a hole in it. A pencil spout coming out right through to a fan about this sort of wide, which I think is ideal for the weeds. This simulates as close as possible with the pressure one that I've been using, the Wilco one. And again, you can move it round with the whole thing is moving on this shaft in here. Loosen it off. Pull it right out. So you've got that to reach the floor. And I wasn't expecting it to be as sort of forceful as it is. You'll see in a minute when I've got it on the pencil how far it goes. And again, if you're reaching high up, you know, it seems to have plenty of power. Let's go outside now. I'll set up my tripod. And it's going to be a bit hard to see the spray pattern without using sort of coloured fluid against a brick wall or whatever. But you'll see the coverage on the paving slabs from dry to wet of each head. So let's go and have a... Oh, before we do that, let's have a look on Amazon. And I'll show you exactly the one I got. So if we look on Amazon, we've got these handheld ones there at 11 quid. That's third one along is similar to my Wilco one, 13.50. And most of these ones are, you know, that's a tenner. So you can get them standard pump up pressurized ones for a tenner. But these electric ones, if you look at this, it looks exactly the same bottle. Not everything's the same. Even the nozzles are a nicer colour. Apart from the handle, the motor bit there has got a handle on it on these. But look at it, it's 38 quid. Recommended price 47. This one here, same, 33 quid. That's got the handle on it. Different coloured one there. Got the handle on it, 32 quid. This one, 93 quid. With sort of like a power tool type battery on it. 38 quid. So I was lucky to get this one. It's still available at the same price there, 37 quid. So if we look at the one I got, there it is. Padana, 5 litre. Shows that there. It's exactly the same as one I've got, apart from that's green and yellow, mine's pink and yellow, and you can see it's only $14.99. Like I say, it wasn't one of these direct from Amazon next day on Amazon Prime jobbies. It was from Timber Arts Craft, and it came via Yodel, but it came pretty quick. So yeah, 15 quid. Not bad. So yeah, as you saw, 15 quid on there. And like I say, it came, some of these things that you don't get direct from thing, it gives you on that one, what was it? Go back in there. It was something like between, you know, comes between such a date, and the first date was probably, you know, a few days on. They're just covering themselves, really, probably because of Yodel is usually so bad. But this one came, I think it wasn't the day after, it was right after that. So it was bang on time, the earliest date they gave, and Yodel came, and he came round the back, and yeah, it was quite good. Not a great experience with Yodel, but that was okay. So yeah, I can't fault the place where I got it from, that Arts Craft or whatever it was called. So yeah, 15 quid, and all the others are like 40 quid. it's a bargain. Right, I've just filmed it in action outside. First of all, I put it up the side of the house and I held the nozzle against the brick wall. Hopefully you can see the different fan patterns of the 3 different nozzles. And I'll then shoot it down the drive just to show you how far it goes on the pencil nozzle. Once we'll do that, I'll come back to you and I'll explain what we did on the flags. You can see how much coverage a bit better when it's doing flagstones instead of against a brick wall. So let's just have a look at the fan patterns as best I could display it now. Okay, so we'll do the fan pattern first. Now this is the end I'll be using most of the time. As you can see, I've got it on the sort of like, what you can see, that the pencil jet at the moment. And as we move it round, as we screw it in, hopefully you can hear that as well. That's a pretty wide mist. That is probably the one I would use for weeds. So I'm going to put it on that pencil one just to show you how far it goes. And I'm just going to whiz the camera around now. And we'll point it over to next door's drive. And I shall, and then I'll walk over and see how far it has gone. So, see how far we can get it. So, I'm stood here, and hopefully you can see the pavement. The nozzle is, as you see, right at the camera. I'm only a couple of foot in front of it. So let's see how far that went. So it's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a good 8 yards it came, just that. I don't want to wet the camera, but you'll see. Yeah, it's that's that. And yeah, that's how far I've got the strap down, just there on my shoulder. And again, if you can see, that's on the jet, and that's on the fan. So, to my mind, that's to my mind, that is all you'll need really. But I will show you the other heads. So yeah, this is the wide fan. Twist that around. And you can see how wide that is. It's really, really wide. You'll see better on the flags how much it's covering, but extremely wide fan, that one. And the pink one, you can see that's a circular, sort of like a circular pattern. So pretty wide, but in a full circle, not just a fan like the other one. Okay, so that gives you an idea what the different fans are. The circular one, wideish, the pink one, wideish, round sort of pattern. The red one, very, very wide, but flat. And then the one, like I said, I'll be using most of the time, if you pencil or you twist it, and you can get it out to about that wide. So it's not easy to see how they cover. So I'll take the camera now to the flagstones, which are a bit paler, and you can see how each one, sort of how much it covers per stroke. So let's have a look at that now. Right, this is the pink and yellow sort of like circular fan. You should see it on these sort of 2 flags here. So hopefully that's illustrating that. And as you can see, this is the wide fanned one. So You can see how wide that fan is. And from there. So pretty wide, really, too wide for normal use. And like I said, this is the one I'll probably be just sticking with. So first of all, on the pencil jet, which I wouldn't really use, but you can see it's just coming out as a... that'll soak things thoroughly. And then as you turn, like I say, as you turn it round, it goes into a fan. So as you can see on here, that's a much better one for weed killing. Just move the camera to some dry flags. So you can get a pretty fine mist. You see, there's no massive pools. Was there because I've been on it a bit longer, but I did this one up here. It's just a fine mist. So another demo of how sort of powerful it is. I'm going to measure. I'm measuring from the lens now. So to there, then to there, and a bit more. So it's 2 full lengths of that. I'll stand right back by the camera and I'll spray it on the gutter. As you can see, it's easy reaching the gutter, in fact going right over it. We hold it right well down here. See, that's a pretty strong jet. And then you just twist the brass barrel round to cause your fan. I'll probably have it on a fan about that wide. So yeah, pretty powerful, particularly on that single jet. Right, as mentioned earlier on, the little stripe down the side, the see-through stripe. Let's have a look outside now when it was full of water, and I rocked it backwards and forwards. How easy it is to read the amount you've got inside off. And yeah, that's the indicator stripe up the side. As a rocket, you can see the water level really easy, a lot easier than you can on that Wilco one. So yeah, easy to check how much you've got inside it. So as you saw there, a lot easier to see the level that you've got left inside than through this. So I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the reason I bought this one was because this has got a hole in it. So I'll just show you what I mean first. It's a hole, so there's not much demoing, but I did film it outside to show you where it's coming out of. And then I'd love to hear some comments on if it is mendable or not. So let's have a look first at the damage. Yeah, as you can see, it's not readily obvious that it's leaking at the bottom. Can't really feel anything. But when you start putting some pressure in, you can see now it's spraying out a little right on the seam. So yeah, how do I repair that? So yeah, as you saw there, it's right on the seam. It's just gone right on the seam. So I've tried before to sort of glue this stuff. When I had for the pressure washer, the little bit you put your shampoo in, the neck broke off, and I tried a couple of different adhesives, epoxy and stuff, and nothing seemed to glue it. So if anything, I'll just sling it away. But it seems a shame because that's all that's wrong with it. Have any of you ever repaired that? Like I said, could I do it with just pulling a hot soldering iron across and melting it? Is there something you could pour in, some sort of like liquid resin, just a millimetre thick to set on the bottom? Would a hot glue gun or epoxy or a little piece of fiberglass or something fit? Have you ever done that and had success with it, is what I'm asking. So it'd be great if anybody could answer in the comments. If not, if it's a lost cause, I'll just throw it away. So finally, I don't think there's anything much more to say. The length of it, when you press the button there to bring it on, it's about the same length as from the trigger on here in its retracted state. These are just a fixed length, so that's it. But with this, you've got that same length, or if you've got, say, extremely short arms, you could pull that right out to there, giving you, what's that, measure it, a full, from the tip of the nozzle to the trigger, a full 28 inches. So, yeah, probably even more versatile than the other, but I'll just use it on that fully retracted in state. And yeah, when it's pumping, still a bit in it, pumping stuff all over me PC. So blue light when it's on, and when it's charging, it goes red. And after all that demo you've just seen, I did plug it in and it went blue after about 20 minutes. So it's probably right. I don't know what size capacity battery or what the power consumption of the motor is or whatever. It won't be much, but a 3-hour runtime and a 2-hour charge probably sounds about right. So that is it for me. A very, very quick video. If you're used to my waffling videos, I think I've gone through everything. So I think for 15 quid, it's a good buy. I wouldn't be paying that 40 quid for them. No way. I'd be just getting another pump up type one. But for what it is, for 15 quid, I don't think you can go wrong. So hopefully this has been of some use if you're thinking of buying one. If it has been, please give us a thumbs up. If it hasn't, by all means, give us a thumbs down. Don't forget to put any comments below if you know a great way of mending that nylon, polypropylene, whatever it is, sealing up the little hole. And I hope to catch you for the next one. Oh, I forgot to say, if you haven't subscribed, please, please, please do so. Click the little picture here of the shed and then click the bell icon below. You'll be informed of any new uploads as soon as I do them. I hope to catch you for the next one, whatever that may be. See you soon.